One of the issues that we tackle in life is making new friends as we get older, as we mature, as different aspects of our life change. Sometimes it's difficult to know, how do I get around like-minded women? And as someone who has moved abroad, I've lived abroad here in the Middle East for 4 years. I had to go through my own evolution of, finding a little community for myself. I've always had lifelong friends, and my mother and my sister are the best friends that a girl could have in life. So I've always been really full in the area of wisdom and guidance. But we all want girlfriends and we all want connections. So today I want to answer a question from one of my Patreon members. Thank you to everyone who supports my Patreon community and who watches my webinars and my classes and everything. I greatly appreciate you. I'm going to put this video up into both communities, and I'm going to put a snippet here on YouTube. I'm not going to show the whole video, but I do want to discuss one aspect of this question with you ladies here that watch me on my channel. So the question says, I am 32 years old, single, and I recently moved to West Palm Beach, Florida. I don't know anyone here. I am from a different country. Do you have any tips on how and where to meet new people and form healthy friendships and connections and meet hubby? So I've already done a video in the Wifey for Lifey Patreon for singles, because I have a singles tier for my single ladies who are traditional, who want to pair with traditional men. I have a video in that group where I address where to meet traditional men, characteristics of traditional men, and you can go to my Patreon group for that video. But I want to answer the second aspect of this question on building friendships and connections, because this can be very difficult for some people, especially if you're an introvert. I am married to an introvert. He is not shy, but he is an introvert. You can see anytime my husband is on my videos, he's not the kind of person that is going to be the loud talker. He's very confident. He's very smart. But he's not the person that is the life of the party. And that's one reason why I love him, because I have a lot of personality and spunk. And but people think introverts are shy. So this may be harder for the introvert that's not shy. You can talk, you can speak publicly, you have no problem with meeting people, but your nature is not one where you're going to put yourself out there all of the time, but you can rise to the occasion. So as someone who's lived in the Middle East for 4 years, I'm an expat. I know how difficult it is to move to a place where you don't know anyone. I mean, me and my husband moved to Kuwait without visiting the country. We are daredevils. I hate to use that phrase because I'm not a devil, but you know what I'm saying. We are risk takers. But we're really not. And that's the crazy thing. We're very careful. We're very conservative. And definitely as we get older with how we do things, we're not like wild. So it's crazy that we've done this wild thing with our life. That is the best thing that ever happened to us. Being able to travel to multiple countries, meet people all over the world. It's just been amazing. But it's also been tough. For me, I am a loner, meaning I don't mind my own company. I enjoy being with myself. I think that's one way that I was able to develop myself more and work on my flaws and all of the things that I knew I needed to work on. Moving abroad helped me do that. And it hasn't been that tough, like coming here with no friends, because I do have a great support system, lifelong friends. And I had hubby. So it wasn't as complex. But when you're single, it's a little more to it, okay? So it's important to find like-minded women. Because you contacted me on Wifey for Lifey, I know that you are more of a traditional woman. You probably want to be around women who don't mind having conversations about femininity and relationships and, everything about being a woman. And it could be harder to find women like that in today's society, because we live in a very strange world. Like, I'm not even going to make this video like political, which I don't mind. I talk about everything, but you know, it's hard to find women who are decent with morals, who, you know, are trying to improve their life, who want to do the right thing, who keep you on the right track. It could be very difficult. So first, I want to talk about just how to sustain a friendship. And this is the part that I really want to put on YouTube. One, I think we need to understand, you know, that there is a system to maintaining and building friendships. And so the 3 steps are to meet, connect, and sustain. All right. And this is hard for me. I love to meet people. I can connect all day at events, whenever I go out and I meet people and, you know, strike up a conversation, but I'm not good on the sustain part. And part of that is just because, like I said, I just enjoy at this age being alone and having that time to read, reflect. I like to shop alone, but I don't mind getting with the girlfriends and having lunch. You know, I love both worlds, but I can't say that I'm ever lonely. So sometimes I don't sustain the connections that I make. And if you want to make friends, you have to be able to connect with people where they are. You know, they can be similar to you, but not just like you. And you also have to sustain. So that may be reaching out, you know, being the first to reach out, striking up a conversation, checking in on people, because that is an area that I fall short on. And that is something that I am trying to work on personally. All right. So now I'm going to get into where I recommend meeting friends and how to build connections, but I just wanted to put this part, you know, on YouTube. And I wanted to say that, you know, whenever you are meeting people, you have to find a connection with them. And I think it's so important to understand that friendships and connections, they're all about, you know, that bonding process. You know, you've met that girl and she was just like amazing. I've had that time in my life many times. So when you're going to connect, don't be afraid to reach out. You know, if you receive an invitation, make every effort to say, okay, I'm going to go to that event. I'm going to go to this brunch, because that is a way to build relationships. What else? And be honest about what you like and what you don't like. I've met some women, they are nice women, but we're just not on the same wavelength. We're not about the same thing. We may not share the same values. We may be in very different points of our life. And so in that case, if you're not looking for like an older woman to be like a mentor, or someone that has wisdom in an area that you're trying to gain information about, if it's not that type of connection or friendship, then just know that sometimes people are great, but they're just not for you, and you are not meant to be friends. And then the sustain part is to show up, be on time, be friendly, be supportive, you know, just show up, keep in touch, be that person. Don't be afraid to call someone out of the blue or invite them somewhere. And this is really going to help you build connections. I know this from my own personal experience here in the Middle East. So many women reach out to me on social media and I meet them. I don't think, oh, I don't know you, you're a stranger. If I go to their page and they seem normal and they seem to be on my wavelength, I go out of my way to meet people. And even if it doesn't turn into like a friendship, I have great acquaintances, like women that are just really amazing and that I've been able to build connections with. And so that's important. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and continue the rest of this video in my Patreon communities. I want to thank you for watching me today. And I hope this video helps to put you in the mindset of the process of making connections when you move to a new country or you move to a new state. It is very difficult. It's not easy, but you have to put yourself out there. So don't forget the 3 most important things. You must actually put yourself out there to be able to meet people. You must connect with those people on a deeper level, and you must sustain your relationships. All right, so let's finish the video over on Patreon.